So to clarify, which makes it much more clear, instead of saying just do your best, because we have a tendency to say, oh Lord, I'm doing my best, but it means do your part.
With all our discipline, Shama, Dama, Shraddha, they have quite clarified. You have to do it. You have to control the mind. You have to control the senses. You have to have what all is told. You have to have titiksha. You have to any amount of some miseries, troubles you come. Don't say calling mommy. You are not a small child. You say, I will bear it. Mommy has got enough work, so I won't trouble her. So you have the strong power. What is going to happen? I am not going to die. Let that be the misery. Let that be the problem. That's all. Sit tight. That is called titiksha. And titiksha is sahanam sarva dukhanam apratikara purvakam. Don't try to remove that misery. Because that misery is retribution for the karmas you have done.
Yes.
You have to exhaust it. If you don't exhaust it, later on it will come with interest. It has to come. So you have it. Don't try to remove it. That's all. And thirdly, chinta vilaparaitam. Don't be worried. See, there is a king of Darbhanga. He went to a great Mahatma. Very kindly, he has seen him several times. And he called him, gave him a cup of tea, and asked him, what is the matter? How are you? Sir, I want to know what is the titiksha? How to do it? Oh, that I will tell you later. Come on. Suddenly after half an hour he called him, hey, it was terrifically cold outside. Hey, I do not want you anywhere here. You go, get out, you will remain outside. I don't want you to come outside. He said, what has happened to this Guru? He went outside. He had not brought anything for him to cover himself. And throughout night he was suffering and all that. Early morning when he came in, yes, how was the night? Beautiful, sir. He said, this is the titiksha. You didn't complain.
Right.
This is the titiksha. Sorry.
See, I find, from what she says, to do your best, I find that to do your best actually Mother Anandamoy even indicated this. You set a schedule, so much meditation, so much reading, so much exercise, just everything. And then you get into the routine, and then to do your best, you say, I can do more. I can do more meditation. Once you get settled in it, you realize you have more capacity, so you increase your meditation time, and this is an expression of doing your very best.
You see, what happens is, there are medical representatives. Their boss tells them, this is the target. This much of customers you have to give us for this much amount. Now, what is given for 1 year, he finished it within 7 months, he says, goes. Then he increases the target to double.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
So this is what the Lord does. This is what the Mother does. This is how she raises us up.
Never be complacent. Oh, I have done enough. Never. Enough is never enough. That's all. Enough is never enough.
So when we say we do our best and she'll do the rest, her doing the rest is to increase our effort.
Yes, our effort. We have to increase.
It's just...
But whatever you do, it is barely nothing compared to the grace of the Lord, which covers the balance. The balance is huge. It's not as in our material life. And the grace covers a lot of ground. That's all. We do very little, and we think we have done a lot. Have we have done a lot? Absolutely not. So, number one, even during the meditation, every day be grateful, Lord. Without your grace, I could not have done it. And with your grace, I can increase it. So always remember Him, give the credit to the Lord, and then do. When He is with you, when He is your partner, your meditation becomes easier, it can be double.
And this is like in partnership.
Partnership.
This is His part, and I also have my part. When I offer to Him what I can do best,
Yes.
And this is our relationship. It's not only he is giving to me or
In
something.
the partnership, you do something.
Yes.
Here, there is no partnership, he does the entire thing. So even the portion you do, daily you give the credit to him. Lord, how could I have done it? It's all you who make me do it. Remember, you are a tube which allows the light to pass through. You are nothing, you are nothing. The tube is nothing, it is only a container where it is the electricity which comes and passes through. You do nothing and then you say, I gave the light to this room. That is what you do. You did nothing. You never started the meditation. You never continued the meditation. At all times it is the grace which made you do. Be aware of it and give it the due thanks from time to time. Then the help will be more.
So I can say differently. It's like a relation in love.
Relation in love. Exactly. Yeah, love, man.
Whereas two,
I
but
completely deny myself all and I say you are all. Everything is yours. Everything is you only. I am zero and you are all. That's all. So at all times you do it with that. That is who will get it. That's all. Every time don't think I did. When you say I did, then you will say, where is the result? You never did anything, so don't bother about the result. When you have done nothing, why are you bothered? That's all. Read that.
How to understand divine love versus worldly love?
It's all very common. See, even a child knows worldly love is mostly what do they call it?
Quid pro
Pro quo.
quo. Quid pro quo. Quid pro quo.
Yeah, quid pro quo. It's a question of quid pro quo. I am doing everything for my son because when he becomes big, I will be old, I cannot do anything, my son will look after me. So it is all like that. In the case of the other love, when you love God or when He loves, it is a question of expecting no return whatsoever. That's all. Lord, thy love is enough. I don't want anything. I don't want even moksha. Allow me to love you at all times. That's all. Don't ask even for his love. So that is the time. So this is one that you completely give everything to him. That is the thing. So this is very easy to understand. That's all.
But Swamiji, you know, I myself find I'm falling into this trap. I know many people said they do. They get, and I have said, okay, the Lord is everything. The Lord is doing everything. So when I wake up and I'm so sleepy, I don't want to get out of bed, I say, well, this is obviously the Lord's will. I'm supposed to sleep on. And so that's a trap of the mind, no doubt.
See, I said you give him all the credit. I don't say you give him all the debit.
Ah.
I never tell about the debit part. All the debit is yours. All the credit is yours.
Remember that, eh?
yeah.
Even these days in the West, even here in India, it's very popular to have a debit card. You don't even know you've got it, it just accumulates somewhere.
So, see, what are your faults there? Don't say this to God. That's all. You try to rectify them. And what all the credit is there, you don't take the credit first. What all the glory is there, all glory is nothing is mine, nothing is mine, I am zero. At all times remind yourself you are zero. That's all. Don't think for a minute, oh, I replied these questions so beautifully. Never think for a moment. Always say it was he who talked. I was from the audience. I heard. That's all. Never attribute it.
Swamiji, you know, in the Bible, in the New Testament, in one of the epistles, one of the apostles of Jesus said, "Take heaven by storm."
Yes. Storm the citadel. That means don't take it easy. You cannot say just as I said, I will do my meditation. What will do his own? No. Just as when you are a businessman, you will adopt all means to increase your customers and the demands for the goods in your factory. So similarly, you have to work hard for it. You will have to do everything possible and then say, it's the Lord who does all those things. Without him you cannot do. It's a 100% fact.
But as you say, our falling short is our business.
Yes.
In fact, it's interesting, I was speaking to even Michael, and we were talking about the word sin. And he said he lived in Denmark for some time, and he said in Denmark the word for sin was like sion, and it means distance. It only means distance. And I told him in Greece, where in the Greek language, which is a hierarchical language, the word for sin is amartino, and it literally just means missing the mark. It only means if your effort is you're pulling the bow and you're letting the arrow go straight toward the target, it just falls short. That's a sin.
See, as he said, the main, the original, and the one prominent sin is our considering the body as ours.
Or what?
The energy which is inside is the loving energy. It's the Lord Himself which is there. It's all a fictitious container, a container which is never there. So that is the original sin. Considering the body is mine, and what all you sin you commit is because of the body. The body gets the biggest son. You want it to come first, you go and shoot the examiner because he didn't give marks. So all the sins you have committed, they are all based on your body. So if you consider His body as not yours at all, it's all the Lord's. The Lord has kept a container. I have nothing to do with it. I am not tied to the body, just as the electricity is not tied to the bulb. Everybody thinks there is electricity, it is tied to the bulb. It is going, it is permitting, it can get out. And it cannot get out through the bulb only through the hole, through the wire. While we can get out through all the pores of our body. Because the Atman is everywhere, it is outside, it is inside. The Lord is inside and He is outside. So He is at all times everywhere. So the container is nothing. So ignore the container will look after itself. When it breaks, but you don't break. Because energy, according to this latest science of Einstein, even law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be destroyed, remember it. So the energy is there, it means it converted from one to another, it may take another container, but you cannot destroy it.
But the energy can become dormant, it can become latent.
Look here, that is all the external things, because that energy is the Lord Himself who is there. So His whole purity, the only thing is from outside. If something is intrinsic, you cannot remove it. So something which has come from outside, it can be removed. Apply a broomstick, it can be removed.
Can you please elaborate on the broomstick? That what we must have a hold on to?
See, the point is this. When you are becoming lazy, you try to make yourself active. You run about and do your walking meditation, as they call it. The Buddha did that, and on that basis they have developed a type of meditation called the walking meditation. You can be walking to and fro and then thinking of God, so that you will not fall into sleep, you will not fall into laziness and all that. So you go and simply dig the ground, but don't do it for profit, that I am going to have something here which I can sell and all that. Just to go and simply dig, so to keep yourself active, in order to take away the sloth or that lassitude, that's all. So for that purpose, then when you are okay, when you are come, again you sit down. Because this sort of thing will increase, if you do it for a longer time, it will increase your rajoguna. We have to come beyond the sattoguna, first we have to come sattoguna and beyond. So you stop it. That's why I said, we are not doing it for any purpose whatsoever. Just engage yourself. Even Bhagavan Ramana, even at that, after this day, he was watering the plants and he was doing something. The idea is to keep yourself active, lest you may not fall into sloth and lassitude, which is common when you sit for 8 hours, 9 hours. You cannot. Naturally you feel sleepy, you feel drowsy. So you should be as alert, as alive, as a live charcoal at all times. You cannot afford to relax for a moment. That's that.
So the Bhagavatam is there, and remember we were speaking about where Lord Krishna said finally to Uddhava, Listen, this is all you need to do. Shake off sloth and remember me. So the broomstick is remembrance of God. Is that?
Constant remembrance. Constant remembrance of God has to be done. It has to be done.
Right.
And prayers, as I
Right.
said. Prayers and all these prayers go together. Prayers can do wonders for us, which anything else can do. When you feel absolutely helpless, because of an excessive sloth or lassitude, pray hard. Pray weeping to the Lord. Lord, what are you doing? I am trying to do something in this birth. I do not know whether the next birth I will remember to do or not. So in this very birth I should go for. And why am I falling into this sloth? Without your help I cannot remove it. Weep. Alone in your room. That has to be done. That's all.
How many hours to weep?
See, look here, these are all foolish questions. I don't like foolish questions. You go on doing it. Nobody stops you. When you say how long, that means you are tired, you are having a mood. Then you are not fit for spirituality at all. So such questions should never be asked. That's foolish. That means you are not interested at all. When you are interested, who is will ask how much time I should meditate? There is no question. You go on meditating. He says constant instant remembrance. Then what? Then this shows, initially itself you feel, I should finish it off within 1 hour, I should finish it off within 2 hours. You are not doing it with the love. That's what it means. That means you are unfit yet. First you learn to get that love and this thing, then you will think of spirituality. That's all.
Any questions?
Anju, shake off the sleep. Come on, ask questions.
Well, Swamiji, do we have time that you can speak of the true meaning of Narayana?